Yep, that's right. Barcelona are the new Real Madrid. But what do I mean by that? Well, hasn't one of Real Madrid's typical characteristics always been that you never know whether you've beaten them until the game is over, and that they don't have to play well to actually win a game? Well, if you followed Barcelona thus far in the current season, you might have definitely recognized some of those characteristics in Barcelona's games as well. So, in this video, we'll take a look at how exactly Barcelona have become Real Madrid this season. So, make sure to stay tuned. What Real Madrid have typically always been known for is that they're always a dangerous team and that you've only beaten them if the final whistle has blown. That's been even more so in these last few years, especially because of the Champions League in 2022. There, they lost 1-0 to PSG in the first leg of the round of 16. In the second leg, they were behind 1-0 again, but they managed to score 3 goals in the second half, 2 of them coming in the last 15 minutes. In the quarterfinals against Chelsea, they won the first leg away from home 3-1, but they managed to give away their lead in the second leg and were behind 3-0, before Rodrigo scored in the 18th minute to save them and they would go on to progress after extra time. In the semis, they lost 4-3 against Man City in the first leg and they were 1-0 down in the second leg up till the 90th minute, when Rodrigo scored 2 crucial goals in added time to send them to extra time, where Benzema would score the decisive goal. That's how this famous Real Madrid reputation was born. At the same time, in La Liga, Real Madrid would win games in the last minutes and further reaffirm that reputation. Real Madrid are, from all teams, the team that you have not beaten until that final whistle has blown. Another typical Real Madrid thing to do is to play bad but still actually win the game. Real Madrid, especially in these last years, have often been the worst team on the pitch, yet had the likes of Benzema, Modric, Vinicius, and now also Bellingham to decide games through pure individual class. In those Champions League semi-finals against Man City, they weren't a better team, yet they won. In the Clásico this season against Barcelona, they weren't a better team either overall, yet again they won. In countless games in La Liga, they weren't really the better team on the pitch, yet ended up winning the game. This season, at home against Real Sociedad for example, they won that game 2-1, but Sociedad were the better team. Not playing well but winning anyway, that's been a typical Real Madrid characteristic in these last few years. It's of course only because of the sheer amount of individual class they have that it's also possible for them to do so. Not every team can just play bad and still win. In some way, it's an art. You have to be good enough to be able to actually pull such things off. Without the likes of Modric, Vinicius and now Bellingham, such things would have never been possible. That's what makes the modern Real Madrid the modern Real Madrid. They're the one team that never gives up. They always believe in themselves, and they don't have to actually play well to pull off a win. The weird thing is, this season in La Liga, from all teams, Barcelona have been more Real Madrid than Real Madrid themselves. If you take a look at Barcelona's La Liga games thus far, you see that they've won or drawn most of their games by scoring in the last 15 minutes. They've been the team in La Liga to never count out until the final whistle, something that Real Madrid are usually known for. In the second game at home against Cádiz, they won 2-0 after late goals of Pedri and Ferran Torres. Away against Villarreal, Lewandowski scored the winning goal only around the 70th minute. In the fourth game against Osasuna, Barcelona won 2-1 after a penalty goal from Lewandowski in the 85th minute. In the sixth game against Celta Vigo, they were 2-0 behind until the 80th minute, before turning the game around completely in 10 minutes and winning 3-2. In the seventh game against Mallorca, they drew 2-2 after an equalizer of Fermin Lopez in the 75th minute. In the eighth game, I know it keeps on coming, against Sevilla, they won 1-0 after an own goal from Sergio Ramos in the 76th minute. In the ninth game against Granada, they drew 2-2 after a late equalizer from Sergio Roberto in the 85th minute. In the 10th game against Athletic Club, they won 1-0 after a late goal from Marguillo in the 80th minute. Against Real Sociedad, they won 1-0 after a goal from Araujo in added time. And finally, against Alaves, they won 2-1 after a penalty goal from Lewandowski in the 78th minute. That's quite a list of dramatic games and late goals. There have only been 3 games that Barcelona didn't win in the last 15 to 20 minutes. Their 0-0 draw against Getafe, the 5-0 win against Betis, and the 2-1 loss against Real Madrid. Barcelona have won or drawn most of their games in a typical Real Madrid way, apart from the game against Real Madrid themselves, where they got out Real Madrided by Los Blancos through a late Bellingham goal. Besides the fact that Barcelona have won a lot of games through late goals, they have also, just like Real Madrid, had quite some games where they weren't a better team, didn't deserve to win, but still managed to win. In the Champions League against Porto for example, they were very lucky to win after one moment of individual class from Gundogan and Ferran Torres and astonishing performances from Koundé and Ter Stegen. Against Real Sociedad in La Liga, Barcelona simply got dominated and were inferior in every area of the game. Only luck saved them that day. Real Sociedad had more of the possession, against Barcelona. That's rare to say the least. That is why Barcelona this season have really become the new Real Madrid in some way. It's all fun to call Barcelona the new Real Madrid, but is it actually a good thing? Isn't it worrying that Barcelona have to scramble for the victory in every game? Isn't it worrying how they've been completely dominated by teams like Real Sociedad, who might be one of the most underrated teams in the world, but come on, you're FC Barcelona, right? This is definitely worrying, and there is a lot of reasons for the struggle that they've been having. The departure of Busquets, Frenkie de Jong's injury, Xavi who has always been trying new things, some of them didn't work, and so on really. With time, Barcelona should be able to find a way of playing and a system that can make them a coherent team again on the pitch. That's the main problem that they've been struggling with, and I really hope that Xavi can solve that problem and make Barcelona Barcelona again. That was it for today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share your own opinion in the comments down below. Thanks for the support, Força Barça, and have a good day.